Good morning, my fellow yogic travelers. I'm mighty glad to be alive today, and I hope that you are too as we continue to live, laugh, love, learn, linger, and live the life we love. You know, today is Thursday, it's my story day, and Socrates says the unexamined life is not worth living, but that all philosophy begins with the contemplation of mortality. Uh, I hope that the Dharma stuff that I'm sharing quickens your energy and brings some kind of resonating flutters inside you, because the transmission is beyond time and space. It happens in a nanosecond, in a blink of an eye. And so today I'm going to talk about La Calavera. It's a story I picked up from, of course, the Pinkola Estes, but it's also in Grimm's fairy tales as the um, Godfather Death. And the whole idea is that you're not supposed to fool death. You can't fool death, you could say, and you're not supposed to. So, how do you face your mortality? And sometimes these teachings are tough to hear. Hopefully, we don't have to be dragged kicking and screaming, but we can find some kind of acceptance and peace. Once there was a man, he had 12 children, and when his 13th child was born, he bemoaned that, like, I got to work day and night to provide for these people. I got to get a godfather for my last child. Um, so he went out on the road and he said to himself, the first person I meet, that's the one who I'm going to make as my godfather. At least I'll ask him. So he walked down the road a little bit, and all of a sudden, there he met God. And God said, hey, I know what's going on with you. I'll be glad to be the godfather. And he said, who are you? He said, well, I'm God. He said, I don't think that you'd make a good godfather because, you distribute things so unfairly. The rich people have stuff, the poor people don't have any. Mm, I don't know if you're the one because of how you apportion things to people. I reject you. Wow. He walks down the road a little bit more, and he meets another man. He says, oh, I know what you're going through. I'll be the godfather. He says, who are you? I'm the devil. I don't know. You put people through a lot of weird things and you make them do crazy stuff like that, and then you abandon them. So, I don't know. You lead people astray with your deceptions. I reject you too. Goes down the road a little bit further, meets another person this time. Who's this? I'll be your godfather. Who's that? Who are you? Death. Hmm. Well, I have to admit, you're fair to everybody. You take the rich, you take the poor, you take the good, you take the bad. All right, I want you to be the godfather. He says, listen, that's a very good choice. I'll take care of it. And when your child comes of age, I have some special gifts for him. So that's how it went down. And the child grew. And when it came time for him to step into his adult role, Death appeared to him and said, listen, I'm your godfather, and I'm going to give you this special gift. And here it is. I'm going to make you the best physician in the whole world. So when you go in to heal a person, if I'm standing at the head of the bed, then this is the secret herb. I'm going to show you where to get it. You'll know that you give them the herb, they're definitely going to live. You become tremendously famous and rich. But if you see me standing at the foot of the bed, then you know there's no hope for this guy, and you just have to say, there's nothing I can do. Well, that's how it went, and sure, it was really true. In a short amount of time, he became known throughout the whole country because any time he was with somebody and Death was at the head of the bed, he knew that he was going to live, and so he gave him the special herb, and they recovered. He became filthy rich and very, very famous. So this is how it went for a long time or a short time, whatever time it goes in these stories. And then one day, the king was sick, and no one could help the king. And so everybody had heard about this physician, and they called him in. And the king, he said, oh, if anybody could heal me, I'd be so grateful to you. And so that's what he did. But when he went in, he saw that Death was at the foot of the bed. Ooh. And he said, if I saved the king, it would be such great merit to me. I'd become even more famous like that. So without saying anything, he switched the bed around. So now the king was at the head of the bed. Death didn't like it. The king recovered, and Death took him aside after and said, don't you ever do that again. Just because I'm your godfather, don't think that you're beyond me telling you something that you don't listen to, and then it's going to go not well for you if you do this again. So he apologized humbly, and that's how it was. But he figured he's my godfather, he'll forgive me. So then it happened that the king's daughter got sick. And so, same thing, the king called him in, and she was so beautiful. And again, he saw death at the foot of the bed and said, "Oh no, I can't let this. Yeah, I'll become the king if I can heal the king's daughter." So that's what he did. He did the same thing. He switched the bed around, and the daughter got well. And now Death was really, really pissed. So he called him aside and said, "Listen, you got to come with me now." She said, "Where are we going?" He said, "I'm going to show you." So he took him down below into this huge hall with thousands of candles burning, some tall, some medium, some short. He says, "What are these?" "Oh, these are the candles that measure the lives of people. And the tall ones mostly are for kids because they're going to live a long time. Middle ones for people who are like adults, and the short ones for the people who are toward the end of their life. But every now and then, of course, a kid gets a short one too." He says, "Oh, which one is mine?" And so he pointed to it, and it was a really small candle. He says, "Oh, that candle's about to go out. You can't let it go out. Please take another candle and light it from that one, so I'll have more life." So Death says, "Well, sounds like a good idea," but in his heart, he really wanted revenge. So he fumbled with another candle and accidentally snuffed out the little candle. And at that moment, his godson dropped dead. Strange. You got to look at the symbols of that story. But in the essence is, you're not going to cheat death. You're not going to cheat death, nor are you supposed to. So live a great life, and hopefully you can face your death straight ahead instead of ass back.